Tomorrow morning on Monday, May 12th, we have this month's full moon happening in the sign of Scorpio. It's exact at 11:55 a.m. Central Time at 22 degrees of Scorpio. As always, full moons are associated with heightened emotions, and they're a time of things being illuminated and revealed, and it's also a time of, past manifestations coming to fruition, and it's also a really powerful time of release and releasing those things that no longer serve us. With this full moon happening in Scorpio, it's illuminating an area of life where we need depth and transformation. Scorpio is all about diving beneath the surface and uncovering things that are hidden. So under the light of this full moon, it could be like secrets are being revealed, or those hidden truths are being revealed, like hidden motivations, or like those old patterns are just like making themselves known, or like unhealthy relationships are just like, making themselves known. It's kind of like this full moon is shining a light on our shadows and those shadowy aspects of life. It's kind of like there's no hiding from this full moon. Especially because this full moon is forming an opposition to the planet Uranus. And Uranus is that planet of like disruption and shaking things up and bringing changes, and it's like surprises, but it also brings inspiration and intuition. And it's like that bolt of lightning, like those eureka moments where you just have like a light bulb moment. That's why Uranus is known as that planet of like sudden awakenings. So we might be feeling kind of activated or uncomfortable during this full moon just because, it's not comfortable to shine a light on our shadows. And, we're also in Taurus season, so we're kind of feeling this urge to be comfortable. With this full moon, though, it's really urging us to move out of our comfort zone to assist in our own evolution. We're really being asked to kind of lean into that intensity and lean into that discomfort and see what it's trying to tell you. Like true transformation doesn't happen from like, standing on the sidelines. It comes from being like totally in it. And we're totally in it during this full moon. And so with this Uranus aspect, it is shaking things up and really urging us out of our comfort zone. But it could also bring these like inspired ideas and intuitive hits if we're able to remain grounded enough to receive it. Because it's kind of hard to receive those like inspired thoughts when we're kind of leaning into these like anxious thoughts and like we're going down those thought spirals. So really try grounding yourself today and getting outside and just doing those things that help bring you back to the present moment, because when we're able to remain present, that allows us to be open to those inspired ideas and intuitive hits. But above all, this is a time of release, and it's going to be an intense release just because Scorpio is like those like deep, deep waters. So we might be experiencing like old emotions coming up to be released. It's also a really powerful time to release those old thought patterns that kind of keep you repeating that loop. Whether it's like a limiting story you tell yourself, or a limiting belief, or a relationship that's unhealthy, or maybe it's an unhealthy habit that, you go to distract yourself when things get difficult, or whatever it is. We're being pushed to